Bird of Prey 5. Hail Karuga! Kapla! Kapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karuga.
Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to an unexpected bird stream for today, December 30th, 2023, the last Saturday of the year. And December 30th, an important day in the Bird of Prey 5 / Karuga calendar, the birthday of a special friend, somebody I thought, somebody who was my closest friend for probably 15 years from, I don't know, no, I guess it wasn't quite 15 years. I would say, I graduated college in 2000, so say from probably 1999, 10 years, a solid decade, from 1999 until my illness in 2009. My very closest and bestest friend. But unfortunately, and I completely give her pass, because it wasn't that type of thing. Once I got sick, she was not as interested. It was weird. Some of the some of the people who I thought would have been my bestest friends, how they kind of disappeared. They were, oh, don't get me wrong, they offered anything when I did speak to them, but it's the kind of people when you think, really, you're gonna make me ask if I need anything. When these are people I thought they would have been volunteering. I thought they would have shown up without asking, did I need anything? And the other person who I also surprised about, besides my friend whose birthday is today, and I am still friends with this person. So it's not that I have a bad thing to say about them. But the other one was the guy I used to work with at the liquor company. And I had the engineering background. He had the IT background. And we were, we spoke the same language. We got along. We were good friends. So I was really surprised. I had heard from Mama Pray that he did come and visit me in the hospital once while I was in the coma, but he saw me, and I was in bad shape. They thought I was going to die. I had a whole lot of hoses in me. It was, I don't want to toot my own horn, but, I was I'm a big guy, physically big, intimidating dude. And, some people, they see that and they don't want to see me under the weather. They don't want to see me sick. So this guy, he couldn't deal with it. He couldn't deal with me being unable to walk, unable to stand, really unable to do anything. So he didn't want to come back. He didn't want to come back, which is fine. He did talk. We used to talk on the phone somewhat. He offered anything I needed computer-wise, which was very nice of him for quite a while. But eventually, even those phone conversations stopped, and eventually he stopped responding to my emails, which is weird. Like, I know his life situation changed. Like, he ended up divorcing the wife he had. He ended up actually marrying one of the other women from the office, which is just something that would have been unheard of when I was still there. But I wish him nothing but the best. But yeah. So weird. He's gone. Lots of people. And for those who hear in the background, yes, Nephew O'Prey is here. Sis O'Prey is here. Wasn't expecting, but it was nice to see him come today. Although I am still pretty tired and still fighting the things that I have. Anyway, yes, guys, unexpected indeed. 47 Yorktown was first in the chat. Last Son of K says Kapla, Bird, Mom, Sassy, and chat. Hail all. Resolute Germ. Hello, Resolute. Mike Richard. Greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. John Myers says hello. Hello, John. And Yvette is in the house. The lovely Yvette says good evening, Bird and everyone. I'm sorry I can't be there. We are streaming a snake film on Mr. Londell's. Have a great stream. Thank you, Yvette, to the lovely Yvette. Rock Solid Productions says hashtag Dear Bob. Probably not today, Rock Solid. Dear Bops, Mondays and Fridays. Last on the K says good evening to the lady Yvette. And Rock Solid is asking, cinema Saturday? Not today. This is just unexpected, Bird. I needed to talk. And I figured it would be quicker and easier to do a stream than to find an emergency number for crisis intervention or whatever. Hakeem says hello, Bird. It's good to hear you. Well, it's good to see you type. Substance D says Kapla. Substance D. JP's says Birdie. Welcome, JP's. Resolute Germ says so she chickened out when the things got tough. The thing is, Resolute, she owed nothing. She wasn't, it's not like she was a girlfriend or a significant other. She owed me nothing. LDG says, oh, hey, Bird, unexpected. Welcome, LDG. JP says, yeah, that's the title. Last on the case says, unfortunately, people are like that for many varied reasons, but you find out whose best and closest friends are when things are at their roughest. You know, the funny is not funny. The unusual thing about was that
Deej said to slap you hard.
no, Deej has lost slapping privilege.
He didn't. I just figured he would say that if he knew it.
Now, Deej is super sick.
No, poor Deej. I must have gotten it telepathically. Is he all right?
He's okay enough. He streamed last night, but
We all tried that. Yeah, good. I'm not gonna slap you.
oh, good.
I don't slap thick people.
You don't what?
I don't slap thick people.
Oh, good. I thought you said you don't slap good people.
No.
You don't believe I'm a good person. You don't believe the Nazis were bad people. Anyway, the funny thing is that, well, it's not funny. But let's just say when one door closes, another door opens. And although one person left and didn't want to really be a part of things, another person related to said person kind of entered the life and did a lot to help Mama Pray and me and the family going forward. JP says some people react that way also because they are reminded of their own mortality and it makes them uncomfortable. Absolutely. I can tell. That's why I don't feel bad. I know it's not personal. I know it's not me that's the problem. It's them. JP says, yeah, major medical issues, usually friendship defining or basically just confirming where the friendship ends. Todd Jenny says, hail Caroga. Hail Berto 45. Photos of a project I'm building in Steam dash recovering from COVID well. Helped my parents to a funeral today. I'm sorry you had to help your parents to a funeral today, but I'm glad you are recovering. Jedi Bill. Hello, Berto Pray. Kapla. Kapla, Jedi Bill. Jenny says, smash the like, viewers. Jedi Bill says, I'm about to have a heat stroke or a headache. Buying groceries is hazardous to my health. I'm sorry, Bill. Be careful. Keep an eye out. Stay cool. Lance on a case says, hail to Sister O'Prey and Charlie as well. Many glad tidings for this joyous season. Sister O'Prey says, Buenos dias. I don't know what the hell that even means. Professor Brainy Speck says, Kapla. Berto Pray 5, Kapla. Professor. JP's says, can Sis O'Prey slap me hard? Oof. I see what you did there, JP's. JP's asks, can Sis O'Prey slap him hard?
How much are we talking?
How much are we talking? Do you expect an answer in dollars or in inches? Yeah.
That was probably the best of mine. Charlie's telling me I have to go away now.
Okay. Jedi Vale says hello to Mama Frey and Charlie. Mama Frey says Happy New Year to everyone. Dan Venn is in the house. Hey, Dan Venn. Darren Wagner is also in the house. Welcome, Darren. I was wondering about Dan. Not you, Dan Venn. A different Dan.
Talking to him about it because he couldn't get him to answer. He got a new cell phone number and he just like wasn't answering. They wanted to. What? Anyway, he recently said a few words to other than that. He's been trying to keep it himself.
I was wondering, is he still with his lady friend?
They were on the road to divorce because when Mike couldn't find him, he called
Right.
her and he said I didn't get details, but he said it wasn't good. It looks like they're on the road, so I don't think he's in it there. So,
Darren Wagner. I'm not going to read that. JP's is laughing. And Positive Candor says the hell with this year.
oh my god. You're not supposed to know. They're gonna tell me the fucking house you have. No, they don't.
The hell with this year. Well, this year is 2 days. 2 days from being over. So not a lot. The hell with every year, says JP's. Yeah, Mama Pray. I was shaking today. I was like I was going through some sort of withdrawal. Yes. Yeah. And yeah, I hadn't seen Sisso Pray. Maybe that was it. Or it was the fact that I wasn't streaming. I haven't streamed in a couple of days. And it could be I did miss seeing Charlie as well. Although once he got here, I feel so bad. Apparently, it's cold in the house.
When you open the window in the winter, it's cold.
It feels so good.
I understand because you're burning up inside.
Mom will pray. It's the one who even suggested it. She's been opening the window. And I was like, oh my God. This is wonderful. Yes, she's on prednisone too.
She's tapering down faster than me.
Yeah, she's down to 10. I go down to 10 tomorrow.
No, she had to go to the basement to do laundry, Charlie, and she left everything. Okay, Charlie, stay here.
Todd Jennings is space engineer withdrawing. Dan Venn is in the south of England, but recently up north in Manchester, they had a mini tornado. I'm at home, but you can hear the wind. Jeez. Last Son of K says one crappy year over another level of crappy year yet to come. That sounds like a song. One crappy year over another crappier year yet to come. I don't know why Santa hates us, yet it's clear he does. JP says sometimes I get the shakes and weep like that bird. It means I didn't eat. Actually, that's also I've been fighting Mama Prey. She thinks I need to eat more. And I probably do, but yeah. Mike Richards has not been his best year either. Rezo Germ says Bird is detoxing from YouTube. I wish. JP says open windows to get fresh, crisp winter air. Yeah. That sweet, sweet smell. There's Deej.
Oh, Deej is here, Dad.
Dan Ben says I knew someone who used to get the shakes when they didn't eat. Deej Odyssey says first, Deej Sissofray already came over, pretending to say that you had already contacted her to smack me. But then I said, really? Deej spoke to you. And it turned out, no, she was just assuming that you would have asked.
She's gonna help you.
She was assuming
Just put a little
that you were going to ask to smack me.
jolly. That's it.
Last son of gay says John Lennon, happy Christmas. War is over. Another year over. That's it. That's the song. Another year over. A new one just begun. Is that about war? I guess that makes sense. Last son of K says hello to Dee. Dee says, didn't she smack you? No. And Dee says he would have. Dan Venn says film actor Tom Wilkinson died today, age 75. Rest in peace to Tom Wilkinson. But to be fair, I don't know who that is. JP says, are there any donuts she can throw at you? You know what, JP's? No, there are no fucking donuts. And it's a shame because I really want a donut. I really want a fucking donut now that we brought it up.
That's fine. It's still below. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Like, it's also like, well, okay.
Dan Van says John Lennon was in the Beatles. He says, tell her to check her messages now. Oh.
Yeah, but you can't. So don't ask me for more money when you're going to keep on this. But I want it still be good.
Sister Ray, check your messages.
Yeah. Yeah. And she had said this.
Last Sunday, guys, so sorry I missed your last live stream, Deej. I was out cold sleeping. Been sleeping a bunch the last few days. Last Sunday, okay, take all the sleep. Take all the sleep you can get. It is a difficult thing to catch sleep. LDG says hello to everyone in the chat individually, and everyone he missed. Last in the case is Lennon wrote the song as the Vietnam War was ending. And another one just begun. Mike Richards says hey to LDG. Dan Van says use earmuffs if donuts are not available. Hamburger earmuffs. It'll take years just to get the matrix correct.
Yeah.
Resolute Germs says hey to LDG. John DeMarco says hello to LDG. Dan Van says Berto Prey. When was the last time you did an enterprise review? When is the next one? I did an enterprise review, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And the next one will be whenever I feel up to it. Probably, if I had to guess, if not next week, then the week after. Sooner than later. JP says Lennon was a dope fiend. Look at who he hooked up with. My point exact. He says most everyone was out cold. He slept 17 of the last 24 hours. Resolute says, I remember donuts. Those were good old days.
Nephew.
Nephew.
Picking perfectly good cheese off of the slice of pizza.
Nephew Frey is
Picking the best part of the pizza.
pulling the cheese off the pizza. Hey, those are things I used to do.
Yeah, but we gotta cook them first. I'm not willing to have him go into a coma and start liking cheese on his pizza. Where is the cookie?
It's not the best way, but it worked.
I feel like that is.
Before I was in my coma, I did not like. Well,
You right? I was going behind Diana. There was no room behind me. But you started to move. Yes, I did. You moved back.
I will pray.
Oh no! Oh, the ribbon's eating me. Oh no, Joey! Well, Joey, the ribbon's got me.
The ribbon. Hi, Charlie.
Okay. Okay.
Charlie
Okay, press.
attacking with
Is it working?
a frog.
Charlie, don't do that.
That's good, Mom. I am not sure about stables.
Staples?
Stables.
Kids sensory needs to do things like crashing. And the yeah, I mean, that's not close.
Richie Poole says, what's this? Unexpected bird stream. This is unexpected. Hey, Richie. Ciso Praise here.
Really help the regular.
Dan Van says, I guess the word donuts can be spelt differently depending on where you are. Last in the K, a screeching heartbeat. Dan Van's got a lot of cheese in the fridge. Mikey Sues 4 says, Mama pray, bird sis, happy New Year's Eve 2024 to you all, and hail the continuous Karogan Alliance.
Thank you, Mikey Sue. Thank you.
Resolute Germs is cheese is always the best part of the pizza. The truth is, I agree, the cheese and the bread are the best part of the pizza. The reason I would take the cheese off was because it was the only way to get the sauce off. I would rather, ideally, I would want just the cheese and the bread. But if I couldn't do, I'd rather just the bread than sauce. So to get the sauce off, I would sacrifice the cheese. LDG says, it's like a panel. We hear everyone. Oh, that's good. You hear Mama pray, Sisso pray, and nephew will pray. Deed says, wait, what? Charlie is picking the cheese just like Bird did. Did Bird actually pay to have his clone? No. Dan Van says, can a coma change a person's personality? Can they come out of it differently?
Yes.
Absolutely it can. Absolutely it can. Mikey Sue says Kapla. Richie Poole says Deej is the father. And Deej says I am not. Uh-oh. Oh no. Dan Van says, can you get those pizzas with the cheese in the crust? I mean, there is places that sell stuffed crust pizza, but nothing good. No good place. Last on the K, didn't know a pink furry was a bird clone. D. Odyssey says, LDG claimed he got lucky when he met Sisso Prey. Yeah, he did say it, but he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it like that.
My presence. Like a rabbit.
Sisso Prey says, her presence is like a rabbit split. Dan Ben says, I recently ate something called a mini calzone. It had cheese and tomato inside it. Very tasty. Yes, calzones are a big thing. It's like inside out pizza. JP says, so where did you get the New York slice of pizza? JP's at least two different pizzerias have delivered here in the last hour.
All right. No. Come on. That's probably really
Dan Van says, you should eat cheesy bread. I do sometimes. I used to when I used to eat it when I wasn't as concerned about sodium, but the problem is the bread generally high in sodium. So I try to keep a short leash. I try not to eat too much. Mikey Sue says, I do. I love the sauce made inside the pizza place, fresh daily. Last Sunday Day says the Dan Ben packets are basically commercially available mini calzone. Oh, Hot Pocket. I don't know about Hot Pockets being mini calzone. Richie Poole says, now I'm hungry for pizza. Dan Ben had a toasted bagel with cream cheese this morning. JP says, Hot Pockets and Pizza Pops are not calzones in any way, shape, or form. Positive Candor says, favorite New York pizza place. Well, Positive Candor, it's a weird one. My favorite New York pizza place, I don't even know if they still exist, but they were Pete's Pizza, and they existed back in the 90s. They were a block north of my high school. They were Edward R. Murrow High School, a block north on Avenue L. And
Okay, now
and my uncle had video games, stand-up arcade video games in that pizzeria. So when I would leave the school, I would go to that pizzeria, and they would have the most delicious pizza I've ever had. For whatever reason, their pizza was like the one pizza I ate with the cheese and the sauce. And by one, of course, this was when I was a fat bastard. So I would have two slices and a Coke.
Well, for the cake,
And I'd put garlic. 2 slices of pizza with garlic and a Coke. And it was de-fucking-licious. And I rarely came across any pizza that was even close to that. Now, years later, the closest pizza is from a very local place. Literally, the closest pizzeria to my current house, or second closest. The problem with it is that they have much smaller pizza. For whatever reason, the biggest pizza you can order from them is a 16-inch. But if you go to the pizzeria and you get it by the slice, they do make 18-inch pizzas, and their by the slice pizzas are 18-inch,
Yes.
So 9 inches from center to radius. Whereas if you order an entire pie, you can only get a 16-inch pie. So it's kind of bullshit. It's really annoying that I can't order an 18-inch.
Probably correct.
I guess I could order 8 slices and I wonder what the price difference is. 8 separate slices. Jim's Landscape
Oh, that's a
LLC. Says hello, Berto, right in chat. Hello, Jim. Last Son of K says, oh, John Araki with a 99-cent super sticker.
Hey, don't push any buttons.
Thank you.
Oh, you want to see?
Thank you, John.
You want to say hello to people?
What's happening?
It's kind of broken. We gotta fix it.
Last Son of K says JPs, they are different, but an easy explanation to someone who doesn't know
That goes on Uncle Joe.
hot pockets
Have
are.
you met Uncle Joey's friends?
Dan Ben says they started sending them at the supermarket in the frozen food aisle. Comes in a yellow box, has a 9. Jim says, please check out Happy New Year video with a link. Jenny says, sodium pentothal. Isn't that fruit serum? Why do you have sodium pentothal?
We're looking at the clock.
JP says pizza pops and hot pockets are similar, but pizza pop always wins out.
It's 7:35 p.m.
Jim says, hi to LDG. Last Son of K says, it's like calling Chuck E. Cheese pizza. We all know that cardboard thing with sauce and cheese isn't pizza, but that takes too long to explain. Resolute Germ says hello to Jim, and there was the John Araki super sticker. And John Araki says, my gifted membership expires Monday on my birthday. What the F? I'm sorry to hear. January 1st. January 1st. Indeed it is. No. Yes. Yes, it is. January 1st is Monday. Yeah, that's rule number 1. Never question Mama. Rule number 2. See rule number 1. Dan Ben never had a hot pocket before. How did you, Dan? Have you even seen the movie Austin Powers or Austin Powers 2?
Nothing.
You had to have had a hot pocket. JP's is weight. Only 2 slices. Does it make you fat? Well,
No.
It sure as hell doesn't make you thin.
No. Please don't push those buttons.
Mikey Sues, you were in a school named after a well-renowned world journalist, reporter, Edward R. Murrow. That's cool. Yes,
Grandma forgot to put weed in that.
yes.
No fork yet.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, no
Poor Sassy. No wee pad for Sassy. Oh, now there's a puddle. In fact, Mikey Sue's, yes, my school was named after the reporter Edward R. Murrow, Murrow. It's actually back, you remember Timothy McVeigh and the building he blew up? It turned out, I thought he blew up the Murrow, Edward R. Murrow Federal Building. It turned out that no, it's Murrow, but a different Murrow, a different spelling, and has nothing to do with the Edward R. Murrow High School.
With the journalist,
Yeah. Yeah.
did you find a different person to name it after?
Huh?
I said, did you find a different person whose name is Morrow but spelled differently,
Yeah.
but had an achievement? Yeah.
Well, no, that the Timothy McVeigh, remember he bombed the federal building in Oklahoma City? It was the Murrow Federal Building.
I thought you were talking about your make-believe world and not in our-
No, not in my make-believe. I did have a make-believe. I built a game that was it was a first person shooter. The entirety of the high school.
You suppose so, huh?
I mean, these days, I'd probably get arrested for doing it.
Yeah.
In those days,
Don't tell me that. I don't want to. My child was.
it was just fun.
These dangers over here. The door should be closed.
They were,
Yeah.
the bad guys were ninjas. Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Okay. Okay. It says
JP says you have to eat the whole damn pizza.
one X.
Dan Van never had a proper calzone, but I've seen a picture of one in a recipe book. Deej says to John Araki, that means your birthday gift is no longer,
Okay.
uh,
Can't touch this.
is to no longer have to be a Rogan. Resolute Germ says, to be honest, Bird, you really prefer Chicago. No, I don't. I like New York. That's in a case as wow. Bird isn't a New York slice. Basically a quarter of a large pie. No, it's an eighth. It's an eighth of a large pie. That's a good amount in two slices.
Yes. But with
JP says New York deep dish pizza isn't even pizza. It's more of a casserole. Dan Van says, yeah, I've had a deep dish pizza pie thing. Springtime is in the house. Says Berto Pray 5. Don't post any pictures of your blender pizza. Then it isn't something you want people to know about. Something, if it weren't meant to be blended with milk or ice cream, blender pizza Dan Ben says, I've had Chicago. I've had Chicago deep dish cheese pizza pie. Before you have two in a packet or had
Oil,
both,
water.
feel full. Welcome, Richie Poole. Richie Poole says, hey, Charlie, can you say hi to Richie Poole?
But we can go say hi first, okay? Richie Poole. First, we gotta bake the cake. We'll be there as soon as we finish.
As soon as they're done baking the cake, Richie.
Baking the cake, we'll be right there.
Last Sunday K says, hey, the JPs, at least Chicago does have a wedge slice.
Water.
Mikey Suze is currently eating Thai noodle soup with herbs, spices, melted cheese. Suzanne made it for it tonight. JP says, squares are nice for a change out. Dan Ben likes noodle soup. Last Sunday K, there's too many middle cuts. He likes the crust, even if I have to save it until I eat my slices. Mikey Sue says, hope everyone has a safe and wonderful New Year's Eve tomorrow night. JP says, if you serve me thick airy crusted pizza, you're going to have a bad day. Hakeem says, when I was in Michigan, they had a pizza shop that made pizza with the sauce on top of the cheese. It was good, but not my favorite. Oh, they do that a lot. I can deal with that. It's nice because you can wipe the sauce. You can wipe the sauce off. Last Sunday K hates doughy crust. It should be thin and crispy. Absolutely. Dan Ben thinks Domino's makes a garlic crust.
Oh, no, you don't need that. It's not cooked.
Last Sunday K says, why would anyone put sauce on top of the cheese? Oh, it's good. JP says, and the only thing that crisp crust here is Domino's. So he loves it.
Oil in the eggs, because that's what the directions said.
Um,
The box said a half a cup of water.
JP says sauce, spices, cheese, and then all other type of toppings. Hakeem says, I was asking the same, but I guess they like it that way over there. Dan Ben says you can get thick pizza or the thin pizza. Mikey Sue's 4. Several years ago, I lived in Oklahoma City and visited the Edward Murrah FBI Memorial Site. Empty chairs are lined up representing the kids who died inside. Rest in peace. Professor Brainy Specs says, too much pizza talk. I'm hungry now. I'm sorry, Professor. Resolute Germ is the elementary school.
Yeah. There's the school. Here's the mixed school.
Dan Ben says Lisa Simpson once said that broccoli does not make a good pizza topping.
You want me to get in that school?
Last Sunday cases, I grew up with mom and pop pizzerias that did thin and crispy all the time. Now every place like that does like an airy artisan crust. Last in the case is wide enough slice to fold bird. An eighth is certainly wide enough to fold. Deed says Richie is the father. Last in the case tells Deej to stop deflecting.
As we mix them.
Deej honestly says, hey, they aren't wanting Charlie to say hi to me, only Richie. So that proves who the father really is. No, he was already here when you were on. He already said hi to you. You might not have noticed it. Richie pulls his pizza party at Professor Brainy Spex's house. Last on the case is your FaceTime. Yeah, you FaceTime your son all the time.
What am I doing?
Deed says he's never FaceTimed anyone. That's because he doesn't have, just because he doesn't have an Apple phone. Springtime says Broadway 5. You have to go 1 year long space mission. Nope, I would not go. I have zero desire to go on a space mission.
We didn't even get out the cake bags.
What kind of pizza would you leave a year's supply of for the family of prey? They can get any type of pizza they want. What? I'm the one that's going on a space mission, and it's my responsibility to leave a year's worth of pizza for them.
You want to make much?
Screw that. No. How about their responsibility to get me a year's worth of pizza?
Oh.
Yvette says hello again, Bird, and everyone. Hello, welcome again to the lovely Yvette. Deej Odyssey says, does have an Apple phone, but doesn't FaceTime anymore. Stanley says, is round pizza better than pizza party square? Well, we have round pizza or Sicilian pizza. And Sicilian pizza, squares or more common, technically rectangles rather than square. But depending on the pizzeria, square may be better, as good, or not as good as the round. Though the pizza that I did have that day that I remember eating coming after my coma was over, and it was just the most delicious slice of pizza I ever had. Not because it was great pizza, but just because I was so fucking hungry. Yeah, it was a square slice. It was a square slice. So.
Be careful.
But yes, Stanley, I do say in general, the wedge is generally better than the square because the square is too much bread. The square is too much bread. Mr. Lundell's groovy movies. Kapla.
Okay.
Maggie Sue says, happy 2024 to Yvette's friend.
Okay.
LDG says, bird, bird is the word.
It's the cooking oil.
Dan Vance's supermarkets. I've seen
You want to
square, rectangular, and oval pizza.
well, I got it for this. Got it for them in the cooking.
Deej says 30 minutes till a 7 days Christmas special goes live with Deej involved. Woot woot. Deej, is that on your channel or someone else's channel? Go ahead and put the link in, please.
Patreon.
That'll be at 6:30 in 25 minutes. Last on the K says Stanley round pizza is usually better, but sometimes the square party pizza, okay, especially if you get more actual pies for the same money.
Oh, boy.
Resolute Germ. So Bird wants the family to FedEx him pizza while in space. What's the delivery chain like to the charge? What's the delivery charge to the ISS? I don't know, but we should probably cover it. Should be free. It should be some address at NASA that the government just pays to forward to the space station.
Because it's when it gets hot.
Mikey Sue's broccoli on pizza does work only if you're vegan and prefer vegetarian. No.
And it's up to almost 300 already.
Stanley says, but with big party pizzas, you can get an inside slice with no crust. That is true. It doesn't even have to be a party pizza. The square slices have a lot of internal slices with no crust. Deej Odyssey says no is someone else's channel. I was asked to be a part of it. Okay, well, just put in the link. There's the link so you can be part of it with Deej. Mikey Sues says low resolute germ asked to astronomical, I imagine, to NASA persons. Astronomical. Last on the K says Stanley, it depends on how much crust I'm in the mood for. America has a lot of squeezy foods in tubes. JP says vegans aren't allowed to eat pizza.
We don't eat this, it's raw regular.
Mike Richards says pizza in space.
Okay.
Indeed says we've got spray cheese.
We got
Lol.
oven.
All right, guys, I'll be back in a minute or two.
Bird o' Prey 5. Hail, Karoga.
Roger. Old City Station at 2200 hours. All is well.
Understood. All stations clear.
You amaze me, Commander.
Oh, how is that?
A 20-year space veteran, yet you choose the worst duty station in town. I mean, look at this place. This is the hind end of space.
Peace and quiet appeals to me, Lieutenant.
Yeah, well, maybe that's okay for someone like you, whose career is winding down. But me, I need some challenge in my life, some adventure, maybe even just a surprise or two.
Well, you know what they say, Lieutenant. Be careful what you wish for. You may get it.
Good evening, Commander. Is everything ready?
Step into my parlor, gentlemen.
That's Admiral Kirk, my God.
Very good for you, Lieutenant.
But it's damn irregular. No destination orders, no encoded IDs.
All true.
Well, what are we gonna do about it?
I'm not gonna do anything about it. You're gonna sit in the closet.
The closet? What, have you lost all your sense of reality?
This isn't reality. This is fantasy. You wanted adventure? How's this? The old adrenaline going? Huh? Good boy. Now get in the closet.
Okay.
Go on. Go on.
I'll just get in the closet. Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad you're on our side. Can you handle that,
Oh, I'll have Mr. Adventure eating out of my hands, sir. And I'll see all of you at the rendezvous. Oh, and Admiral, all my hopes.
Okay, we're back. Siege Odyssey says we've even got spray cheese. Last Son of K says if it's cauliflower crust and vegan cheese, I believe vegans can have that abominable version of pizza. Stanley says, Last Son of K, I heard you can be pretty crusty sometimes. And Last Son of K says, F you, said Stanley. Deej says that was kind of creepy. Last Son of K says that guy belonged in the closet. Dan Van says you can get tomato puree in different packaging. That can be used on a tomato pizza base. Dan Ben hates cauliflower cheese. Pretty sure everybody does. Last Son of K says irregular. Was he constipated too? Richie Poole says, why is there a mini Enterprise flying through Uhura's transporter room? Because, Richie, I needed to customize the video, so it wasn't just picked up as a copy of an existing video. Deej's constipation problem. I dig it. Dan Ben says, is there a reason why Nichelle Nichols was only in the beginning and end of Star Trek 3? Probably they didn't have much use for her character. Mikey Sues says that's still one of my favorite Star Trek, The Search for Spock scenes. That's awesome. Mike Richards is in the end credits. That guy is listed as Mr. Excitement. That is an awesome name to have for your credits. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to have my real name, but I mean, I assume it's like, Joe Smith as Mr. Excitement. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's all the name he needs. We never going to find out what his real name is, except that if one day some of the lesser intelligent writers, like from Discovery, if they decide, hey, we need to go back to this one scene in Star Trek 3, and hey, what was that guy's name? And they're gonna say, oh, he's actually listed as Mr. Excitement. That they will actually go ahead and create an entire family called Excitement. And there'll be his parents, his own kids, his cousins, his dog, his cat, his fish. They're all going to be named Excitement. It's ridiculous. Dan Benz says, I don't know. In the end credits for Star Trek Insurrection, there's a character that was cut from the movie, but still in the credits. My goodness, it's as his character's name. His real name was Mr. Adventure, says Richie. My goodness, is they list his real name beside it. Dan Benz says Star Trek 2 was supposed to have scenes with a young boy being Khan's son when Genesis device is about to explode. Dee says Scott McGinnis is the guy who played Mr. Adventure in Star Trek 3. Resolute Germ says, well, Bird just spoiled the big reveal for the final season of Star Trek Discovery. I can assure you, I didn't spoil. It is the big reveal, but it's not spoiled. Birds and pictures, says Kapla Bird. Good to hear you. Good to be here. Good to see you. And Mikey Seuss 4 says Scott McGinnis, actor, equal Mr. Adventure, 1984. Okay, guys. Well, I think we'll call this a day. I do appreciate everyone coming in and help. I needed to get back talking again. I know wasn't the most interesting talk, but at least I was able to talk, and hopefully come Monday I'll be back to do a proper bed life. We'll see. But happy birthday for upcoming birthdays. And Captain Fandom Nerd, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see you on stream a couple days ago. I know I missed your birthday. It's if you're here and want a happy birthday sung, absolutely, we'll do it. DJs, remember tomorrow night, DJs rocking New Year's Eve stream with Fireball and Jackbox Well, that'll be a good stream. And don't forget, in a few minutes, in 10 minutes, Deej will be on someone else's stream. So keep a lookout. Springtime says have a good New Year's. You too. In fact, everyone have a wonderful New Year's. Stanley says Bed Life 2024. You know what? We might end this stream with the official Bed Life song. Nike Sue says, thank you, Bird, the Opry family. We love you from Toronto, Canada. And LDG at hashtag Free the Net says later, Bird, last son, Stan Lee, Dan Ben, Mike Richards, Mikey Sue, Words and Pictures, Resolute Germ, Deej, Springtime, Richie Poole, JP's, and anyone I miss again. Hey, Hub Jeep says, hi, Joe. Happy New Year. Yesterday I spoke with Chris. I told him about your live streams on YouTube. Awesome. John, I hope you're doing well. I miss you guys. I miss you guys. I hope you're all doing well. Tokyo Gaijin says Katla. Tokyo. Hakeem says, hope everyone has a great New Year. And LDG with a $2 super chat says, and Yvette. And Yvette. Welcome. And Jedi Bill says, I am still alive, just not well. I hope you feel better soon, Bill. I hope you're able to go out, get some food, tomorrow, and hopefully you'll feel good. You'll get a good meal and feel good. Okay, it's Bed Life, the song, and we're gonna let the professional sing it, and then we'll end the stream.
Bed Life. It's a stream by Bird of Prey. Gained a bunch of subs in April, lost them in May. But I know those numbers are gonna zoom when I'm on Nerdrotic's channel this June. I said Bed Life. And as stupid as it may seem, some people get their kicks downvoting the stream. But I won't ever let it get me down. 'Cause this crazy old bird keeps sticking around. I've been a bully, a brawler, a terror, a baller, and a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south, and I've seen a few things. But now I find myself stuck in this bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed Life, I tell you, I won't deny it. I thought of quitting YouTube, but Kurogan say don't even try it. I gotta keep refuting those anti-trekker lies. And turd steady turds, and the fake orphan cries. I've been a bully, a brawler, a terror, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east, west, north, south, and I've seen a few things. But now I find myself stuck in this bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. Bed life, and I can't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting you too, but Michael Rogan said don't even try it. But if there's no play button by next July, I'm gonna lay myself down on this old bed and cry.
Yes.
Take care, Happy New Year.